So I want to go over one more example of solving multi-step equations, and then we're going to go over some special solutions. Please make sure that you finish this video in its entirety and answer the questions that I put in this assignment. So this one looks a little different. This equation looks a little different because it has that divided by 2 right there, which you're kind of like, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that means that we need to solve using the inverse operation of that. But first, again, let's remember what we are isolating. We are isolating this x. So we need to get everything outside of the term that x is in over to the other side. That's first. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this 5 by subtracting it. And of course, I'm going to line it up with what it's like terms with. So I have x over 2, right? Just rewriting that, equals x. 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Be careful not to fall into the trap of putting positive 1. It is, I have $4, I spend 5, I owe still $1. Okay? Now, generally, you would want to bring the x over here, but we can't just bring the x. We need to first get rid of that 2. Now, this right here is the same thing as division. A fraction is division. Remember when we said a division sign is the same thing as a blank fraction, right? So division and fraction are one and the same. So if we are dividing here, in order to undo dividing, we need to multiply by that 2. So I'm going to cancel that out. Now I multiply this entire side by 2. I'm going to multiply this entire side by 2. This is important. You do not just multiply the 1 or the x by the 2. You multiply everything by the 2. So I have x equals, I'm going to put the 2 up front because usually when we have a number outside of a parentheses, we put it in the front. 2 times x minus 1. And now we can distribute and solve from there. So I'm going to distribute this. And so I have x equals, and then I have 2x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. I'm going to bring this 2x over here because I want to bring my x's to one side. Minus 2x minus 2x. Now here's where it gets a little bit difficult. This goes away. This is a 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So I have negative 1x equals negative 2. So what I'm going to do is I want to get rid of that negative 1. I want x equals, not negative x equals. So I'm going to divide by that negative 1, just like I would divide if it was a 3. Get rid of that. And so my answer is going to be x equals negative 2 divided by negative 1 is just positive 2. Let's check our answer. So our original question was x over 2 plus 5 equals x plus 4. Let's check it. So we have 2 over 2 plus 5 equals 2 plus 4. I just plugged it in for x. Right, here's x and x. I just made 2 instead of x. 2 over 2 is 1 plus 5 equals 2 plus 4 is 6. So 1 plus 5 is 6 equals 6. True statement. We know that's correct. All right, let's talk about special solutions. So let's try and solve this. If I try and solve this, the first thing I want to do is distribute that 2, right? That's always the first step, is to expand. So I have 2x plus 4 equals 2x plus, so this goes to the x, so it becomes 2x plus 2 times 2 is 4. What do you notice? I have 2x plus 4 equals 2x plus 4. They are the same thing. Meaning, if I plug 1 in, I'm going to get 2 times 1 plus 4, which is 6, and then 2 times 1 plus 4, which is 6. If I plug 10 in, I get 2 times 10 plus 4, which is 24. I'm going to get 24 here too. They're the same thing on both sides. Meaning, no matter what number I put in, since they are the exact same, they are going to give me the exact same solution. So all real numbers Why is this not working? All real numbers is my solution. Because look what happens. If I try to actually solve for this, whoa. Okay. If I actually try to solve for this right now and I do minus 2x, right? I'm going to get, these both cancel out, and so I get 4 equals 4. Is this a true statement? Yes. Versus, so this is all real numbers, infinite solutions. Versus, I'm going to write that down. All real numbers or infinite solutions. Okay? Now, other options. What if I have something like this? 3x plus 4 and 3x minus 5. I want to solve. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract. I'm going to bring my x's together. And I end up getting, this cancels out, but so does this. So I get 4 equals negative 5. If you end up with something like this, where there's no more x's left, so you can't solve, and you get a statement that is not true, this is false, then it is no solution. No solution. So to recap, if you have something that gives you a true statement, it is all solutions. If it's something that gives you a false statement, it is no solution. And then if it's something like this, where you get a something, then it's one solution. So the options are always one solution, all solutions, or no solution. You cannot have just two solutions when it comes to linear equations.